Hi, Mark Power here again. You know, a lot of people who stutter have noticed that they don't stutter when they sing. So why is that? Why don't I stutter when I sing? Have you noticed that you're not trying not to stutter? You're not trying to do anything. You just don't stutter. And you also know that if you could sing everything all day long, you would be fine. You wouldn't have any problems with stuttering. So this is, I think, is weird because you're not trying to do anything. How does that happen? It's really because you're talking differently than when you're talking your regular stuttering speech. This is also happening when you talk with an accent. When you talk like this, you don't stutter. Talking in rhythm, when you talk like this, you don't stutter. Or when you talk really loudly and shout, you may have noticed you don't stutter. And when you whisper, you don't stutter. As a matter of fact, there's an interesting story about the whispering and not stuttering. The famous femme fatale Marilyn Monroe was a child who stuttered and grew up to be an adult stuttering. And she wanted to be an actress. But she went to castings to read scripts. And when she tried to do that, she stuttered. Then she discovered if she whispered and talked like this, she would stutter. So she did and did the casting, read the script, and they loved it. They thought it was the sexiest thing they've ever heard. So she kept it. She kept the whispering voice, but it really came about because she didn't want to stutter. So research has shown some of the reasons for why when you sing you don't stutter, or other ways changing the way you talk you don't stutter. And it has to do with processing of the brain. Research has shown that people who stutter process differently with their brain than people who don't stutter. They've done MRI studies, EEG studies, and they found that there are actual differences in the brain structure, stutterers and non-stutterers. They've also found differences in the brain function. When the brain is working, they use something called fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging. So while a person is talking, they can see what's happening when they're speaking fluently and when they're stuttering. They can even find out what's happening in the brain while they're just thinking about stuttering. And there's an effect when they even think about it. So in order to resolve stuttering, and the reason why singing works is you're using a different part of the brain, so you just don't stutter. Now, that's interesting, but we can also use this knowledge for treatment. So the trick is to access these different parts of the brain and compensate for the stuttering. So all you need to do is change the way you talk enough so the brain uses a different way of processing, like singing or an accent or the other conditions that reduce or eliminate stuttering. But you want it to sound natural too. Singing is not a natural way to talk, and neither is whispering or talking like this. So both components need to be there. Your speech has to be different enough so you don't stutter, and also it needs to sound natural. Now, there's a program that was created just to solve these problems. And what it does is uses a throat microphone that you wear around your neck, and it picks up your voice vibrations and sends them back to an app that you download onto your cell phone. So what you can do is you can see how your voice is working. So you get real-time feedback of how your voice is working. And with that knowledge, you can change it, and the app will show you how you're changing it and consistently keep you on track to change the way you talk. And all you need to do is have a consistent way of speaking that's different from your regular speech and your own stutter. So once you master this with the real-time feedback, the app will take you through exercises in reading and monologue, talking to yourself, and conversation, and finally telephone conversation in 2 weeks of intensive treatment. So if you'd like to find out more about this program, the next steps would be take a look down below this video. You're going to see some links to further access to learning about the treatment. And also, if you like this video and gotten some good information, please hit the like button and subscribe to it. Okay, Mark Power, Power Stuttering Center, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.